At this time, because of the opposition of certain permanent members of the Security Council, particularly Russia, it doesn't appear likely that this case could go to the ICC. As such, we've been focusing our attention on trying to achieve accountability for the horrible atrocities, the murder, the rapes, the mutilations, the bombardment of innocent civilians that have been committed, that have cost, I would say, more than 100,000 lives, innocent lives by this time. We're looking for mechanisms where there can be justice, and the first thing is to work with the Syrian community and with Syrians in opposition and others to gather the evidence and the documentation to build the cases for the day when justice will be possible. And we've supported the Syrian Justice and Accountability Center in that regard, that's working with the Syrians and is now processing hundreds of thousands of pages of documents and thousands of witness statements. And we're also then working with regional partners and with Syrians on plans to stand up a court at some point in the future that could try these cases within Syria or in cooperation with other countries in some kind of hybrid or mixed approach, like we've been able to do in Sierra Leone or Cambodia. So there could be other alternatives to the ICC, but there's no question in our mind that the day of accountability will arrive, and that those that are responsible for these horrendous crimes against civilians, crimes that are almost unimaginable. We used to believe that it was fairly well clear that people didn't attack ambulances and hospitals and doctors, and that's what's been happening in Syria. Rules that everyone were following in the past, even in sometimes very brutal internal conflicts, are being violated there, and people need to be brought to account, and certainly if crimes are being committed by those in the opposition, the word has to be very clear that those individuals can also be brought to account. So we're looking for realistic ways to achieve accountability, and we appreciate particularly the strong work of the Commission of Inquiry established by the Human Rights Council, in which my good friend and former boss, Carla Del Ponte, serves in helping develop the evidence and building the record, which together with efforts like our Syrian Justice and Accountability Center can allow us to have justice when that day arrives.